I am here taking my daughter to school. Today, I want to make a video on how I passed my CNA exam. I'm going to be sharing that with you guys because, like I said, you know, when I wanted the information, I did not have where to find it. Like I said, it's always, I find some information, but everything is not there because I'm a very precise person. I like to know directly what to do, when to do, how to do, you know. So I was searching. So today I'm going to be doing a video for you guys, highlighting all the things that I did to pass my CNA exam on the first try. I didn't have the time to do it twice, you guys, and I'm sure that none of you guys are doing the exam with the intention of failing it, even though you have 3 chances. So I'm going to be doing that later on after I drop my daughter to school. So see you soon, guys. Hi guys. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I want to talk to you guys about how I passed my CNA state exam in California on the first try. Yay! It is exciting, to be honest. And guys, I don't, like I said from the first video, this hairstyle. First, I want to say big up to my mother, Deidre Grant. Big up your nice, clean self. You always give me them nice hairstyle. People, I'm really afraid of my hair, but my mom keeps me slayed all the time. I used to have locks, but that's a whole different story for a whole nother video. Anyway, so guys, let's jump right into it. So I want to share with you guys how I passed my CNA exam, all the things that I did and so on. Guys, I'm at the park today. It's a beautiful day out, and I have my California nurse assistant book right here. I hope you guys can see it. My California nurse assistant book. This is what I use. This is the handbook that I used when I was taking my CNA state exam. It's not in a very nice condition right now because this book is something that I would take with me everywhere. When I had clinicals, this is the book that I would take with me to ask help from my trainers. Alright guys, so let's talk about the things that I did. So the first thing, like I said before, is I use this handbook. This is the handbook that I use. It depends on where you live. I'm in the state of California. And my exam was a Pearson VUE exam. So this is the handbook that I used. It has all the skills in it, and I also supplemented using this book with watching numerous YouTube videos. In particular, I mainly watch For Your CNA. Number 4, Your CNA. Some of the things are different. Based on the fact that I think they are based in Florida, but you can still use the videos that they do for here in California. So I use the CNA handbook, and the first thing I would do is, when you look in the CNA handbook, you're going to see some bold writings, some writings that are going to be in black, and you can even see where I highlighted some areas. So you're going to see some bold writings. Whatever you see in bold, it means that if you should miss that step, if you should omit that step from doing your skill, it's going to be an automatic fail. So you don't want to do that at all. So you have to make sure that you do that. So by reading the book, you become familiarized with everything that you have to do and all the steps that you have to take and everything that you have to do. I had a whiteboard, guys. You know me and my whiteboard. I had a whiteboard, and on my whiteboard I would write skills that I know on one side and skills that I don't know on the other side. So I started with the skills that I don't know, worked my way to the skills that I know. So I would be crossing off and also be rating myself based on those skills. I'll be rating myself to say, okay, I did hand washing today, and I would give myself like a 5 out of 10 for that skill. I did perineal care, I'll give myself like a 5 out of 10 for that skill, or a 6 out of 10 for that skill, you know. I would be honest, be very strict with myself when I'm rating myself, because I want to make sure that what I am doing, I am preparing myself to pass that exam. So I'm going to be a very stringent judge of myself when I'm doing those things. So number one, like I said, get yourself the handbook. I don't know if your school uses the handbook, but you need to get yourself the handbook, and whatever it is that your professor or your teacher provides for you, you can use, but make sure that you are taking extra precaution as it regards to the bold, everything that is in bold. You want to make sure that you don't miss those steps, because those steps are called critical steps. And like I said before, if you miss those critical steps, then you are critically out, you know. So you want to make sure that you know those. So the next thing that I did was to get myself a notebook. It's a simple notebook. I got myself a notebook, and in this notebook I would just write, you know, like I would just write things like I would write perineal care, and I'd write, if there's a bold step for perineal care, I will write what that bold step is, because I don't want to miss it. And also what I wrote is the tools. So for example, I'm looking at assist with use of bedpan, right? So assist with use of bedpan. I had the tools that I was going to use, and let me tell you guys, I had everything all in one bag. When I was ready to practice at home, I had everything in this one bag right here. You have to be organized, that's the thing. You don't want to be, okay, it's time for practicing, and you are grabbing for, oh, I need some gloves, oh, I need 3 rags, oh, I need this, oh, I need that. No, you're trying to be organized so that when it's time for you to practice at home, you can be like, okay, what am I going to practice today? Today I'm going to be practicing assist with use of bedpan. You're going to go and you're going to get something that resembles your bedpan, okay? You're going to pretend like, because you're not going to have everything at home, right? But you're going to pretend as if this is your bedpan, and you're going to do that. So I would write all the skills that I have to do. I would write the bold steps, and not only that, I would write all the list of things that that skill required. For example, clean upper and lower denture. You know, you'd need like gloves, dentures, cup, the denture brush, the denture container, a spit container, a rag to put on the resident or patient's chest, and you need a bib or a towel. So I would have everything, like I just said, I would have everything in my bag ready to go, so that if I'm practicing on my daughter, or if I'm practicing on my daughter's Teddy, because guys, let me tell you, I prayed over this Teddy. I'm like, Lord, everything that I'm using, I dedicate it to you. Like I said before, guys, I'm a Christian. All glory belongs to God, and I have to give God the glory and all the praise. I prayed, and I'm like, Lord Jesus, everything, I'm dedicating it to you, and I'm just praying for victory. And trust me, God really did help me. So I used this Teddy. This Teddy alongside my daughter, they were my patients, and I would practice what I cannot practice on my daughter, I would practice on her Teddy, because sometimes she will be like, Mom, I'm tired, or you know, she needs to play. I can't stress her to come and do what I want her to do. So I had to supplement my daughter at some point for the use of her teddy bear. Okay, so guys, number 1, you need to have the CNA book. Number 2, use of a whiteboard, writing the things that you know, or the skills that you're comfortable with, and the skills that you're not comfortable with, starting from the ones that you are not comfortable with and making your way up. Okay, the next one is to keep a bag or whatever container. It could be a backpack or whatever. This is a simple grocery bag, guys. I showed it to you a while ago. This is a simple grocery bag, and it has everything inside the bag. All right, everything that I need for almost every skill, almost every single skill that because we have to do, I think it's a total of 23 skills. I think it's a total of 23 skills, and everything that I need to perform all 23 skills, I would keep it in this bag right here. So when I'm ready to practice, I practice and then I put them right back, so that tomorrow or the next day or later on, when I'm ready to go again, I have the bag ready and ready to go. Okay guys, I'm looking down because I have my notes. Okay, now verbalize every step in a skill when you are unable to practice. That is what I did. What do I mean by verbalizing the skill when you're unable to practice? Say for example, you are in a bank line or you're at work. You don't have this bag with you, right? You are somewhere and you don't have this bag with you. So you're unable to practice certain things. But you can walk yourself through the steps. You can say, okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the perineal care, knock, 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 wash his hands. Hello, my name is Danny and I'm going to be your CNA today. Today I'm going to be performing perineal care. Is now a good time? Okay, I'm going to go wash my hands, gather my supplies and come right back. So you're going to be saying all of those things even though you don't have the supplies you need. You are speaking them out to yourself. Your brain is hearing you say it. So when it's time for you to practice, guess what? You're going to be doing it so fluently that it's like a second language to you. So you're going to be verbalizing everything that you're doing and so on. Now for the written test, because I'm talking most of the things that I'm talking right now is based on the oh my goodness, it's like my brain just went. Okay, most of the things that I'm talking about is based on the skills, but I didn't talk about the written test as yet, and that is important because for the CNA state exam you must pass both exams to pass. You can pass the written and not pass the skills. You can pass the skills and not pass the written. What you want is to pass both of them. If you don't pass one skill, then they give you 3 more attempts to go. I think so, yeah, 3 more attempts to go ahead and try again. If you don't pass after those 3 attempts, then I think that they are going to tell you that you have to go back to school or something. So you don't want to go through all of that. You want to just, as we say in Jamaica, use one stone to kill many birds. You understand me? Good. So that is what I did. For the written test though, what I did was there was this YouTube channel. I don't remember the name of the YouTube channel. I'm going to try to link it in the description box. What I did was go on that YouTube channel and I would like listen to all the things that she's saying, all the questions, and I will try to answer all of those questions. And I also, there's a lot of free, you don't have to, well, if you want to pay for it, if you want to pay for like written tests and so on, you can go ahead and do that. But for me, I didn't pay for any written tests. There's a lot of free tests online and I just went and did them, and I tried to pace myself, making sure that, because you get 2 hours for the written test, so you want to make sure that you don't go beyond that. So the 2 things I would use for the written test is there is this lady on YouTube where she would read the questions and she would give you the answers, and not only give you the answers but explain to you why the answer is the correct answer, if you get what I'm saying. So that was very good. And I also found a lot of free practice CNA tests online. So that is what I did for the practice exam. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I didn't have much time to study. But I was dedicated to knowing the skills part and to practice at least one practice test a day. When I'm in the shower, I would be listening to that YouTube, that lady doing the CNA practice test, and I would just listen to it. If I'm driving, I would be playing that, because repetition is what you're going to learn by. If you constantly hear, I mean, it's like you hearing a song, you know, for the first time. You don't know the song, but the more you keep hearing the song over and over, then it becomes like I said, another language. You know it now, you know. So anything that you repeat, rinse and repeat, as my professor would say, then you're going to get it. All right. So like I said, for the written tests, YouTube videos and free practice tests online. Now when you go to the CNA clinical, you also bring the handbook and ask your trainer to assist you with the things that you are not able to practice at home. If there's anything at all that you're like, for me, I was scared of doing the blood pressure. I just could not hear it. Like, I would be listening to it and I'm like, I don't hear it, you know, until after a while. I had a church sister of mine, Sister Raquel. Hey, shout out to you. She really helped me to learn how to do the blood pressure. And I would practice on my classmates. My hair is just, Mom, I need a hairdo. So I would practice on my classmates, and I'd practice on my daughter. I'd even practice on myself how to do the blood pressure, you know, because I needed to make sure that I'm confident. Because the thing is, guys, if you go into that exam room and you are not confident, it will show. Like, they will see that you're nervous, because you are going to be nervous and they expect you to be nervous. But there's a difference between being nervous and not being confident. There's a difference between being nervous and not knowing the material, you know. And believe me, they want you to pass. You might think, oh, they're trying to, because when I saw them like checking off everything, I just kept pretending as if I'm at home, doing the things that I know how to do, and just did them. Things might not always go the way you want, but because you're constantly practicing it, it becomes easier for you, right? And they want you to pass. They don't come there thinking, oh, I want to catch her doing something bad. No, that's not their intention. They really, really want you to pass. Even if they have a strict looking face, or their facial expression looks strict, believe me, they want you to pass. They are not there to fail you. They want you to pass. You know, sometimes I've seen people even give hints. I've seen the proctors even give hints to people like, are you sure you want to do it again? You know, I've seen them do that, you understand, because they cannot tell you if you're doing something wrong or not. But I've seen them hint to say, are you sure? Do you want to try again? Because they want you to pass. They're human beings. And probably some of them were in your shoes and they know what it is like to take a test and to feel anxiety, you know. So contrary to what you might believe, they want you to pass. Now, practice with your classmates. I don't know, some people go to school for like 2 weeks, some for 3 months. My class was for 3 months, I think, yeah. And I had to just practice with my classmates. But like I said, when I went to clinicals, I would tell my trainer, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? I don't understand this. Can you show me? I had my handbook. With me. And I would be using my highlighter to say, okay, I did this today and I understand this. And I'm going to practice more on this. Or this is not clear to me, and so on and so forth. All right? Guys, listen. I'm telling you. When all else fails, what do I always tell you? Pray, pray, pray. As a matter of fact, don't wait until you fail. Don't wait until you fail, because you serve a God that never fails. So don't wait until you fail. Pray. Pray, 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 and ask the Lord for help. If you are doing your part, if you are giving God something to bless, then He for sure will bless you. All right? But don't just be sitting there and be like, Lord, can you please help me to pass? And you're there scrolling through Netflix. You're doing everything else but studying, but you're expecting to pass the exam. It's not like that. You have to practice. It's like every other exam, you have to practice. Now, some bonus tips that I want to give to you. One of the things that helped me to pass the written exam was something that my teacher said to me. He said, think like a CNA. Think like a CNA. The questions, when you are going through those list of questions on your exam day, you're going to look at them and you're going to say, but this could be the answer, but that could be the answer. No, that could be the answer. A lot of them are going to look like the answer, but there's only one correct answer. There's only one correct answer. And the trick is that you must think like a CNA. I'm telling you, that bit of information that changed the game for me when my teacher said, Mr. Alba, big up yourself. Nurse Kate, I love you. Those are my teachers, guys, like, trust me. And when he said to me, think like a CNA, and Nurse Kate said to me, Danny, be positive, you got this. I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, you got this, you guys can pass, you guys will pass. You know, your teachers are there to support you. Ask them for help. Don't be ashamed or too full of pride to go to them and say you need help. If you need help, you need help. You know, it's about passing, and they want you to be successful. Time is money, guys, and you don't want to be the time that you could have taken to be working. You have to be thinking to go and redo the exam. You don't want that. So anything that you're going to do, put your best foot forward. You know, don't think, oh well, I have, because to be honest, even myself, I was thinking, well, if I don't pass this time, I can pass the next time because there's 2 chances. But I thought to myself, why am I thinking like that? You know, at the time, guys, I was doing chemistry, and I had to have a schedule of how I'm going to also share the schedule that I made, so I know when to study. Because I had to study for chemistry more than the CNA. I'm not going to lie to you. Even my teacher said, Danny, you need to study. And I'm like, sir, with all due respect, the chemistry, it's more important. But I mean, it's a test and you want to pass, right? So you have to study and you have to put in that work. Think like a CNA. Answer your question as if you are a CNA. Don't think to go above your scope because, oh yes, if the person is choking, I'm gonna give him an injection. Your job is not to give an injection. Why would you do that? You know, like, you have to think like, I'm a CNA, my job is to feed clients, my job is to bathe, my job is to ambulate, my job is not to give medication, my job is not to criticize, you know. So you have to think like a CNA to answer those questions, to get those questions correct. That is the first thing that you need to do. Okay, all right. So guys, I spoke to you about that. I'm gonna just show you some items that I had in my little bag right here. This is my CNA bag. I had everything in this bag. Okay, so I had this plastic basin that, I don't know, it belonged to my mom, and this is a plastic basin that I used for using for a bedpan. I didn't have a bedpan. I would actually sit the teddy on this, pretend as if, I'm gonna show you in a minute. I just sit the teddy on it and pretend as if it's a bedpan. So I'm gonna show you some of the things that I would do. Okay guys, so stay tuned. Guys, as you can see, this is a regular plastic bag, and this is something that I would use for the chalk. So this is something that I would pretend like it's a chalk. So like I said, simple materials that you might have at home that you might look at and say, well, I don't have a chalk, I don't have this, I don't have that. This is a simple plastic bag, a garbage bag that I use, and I would put it under. This is Teddy, guys. Teddy, say hi. Teddy, you're gone global. All right, so this is the plastic bag, right? And I would pretend as if this is my chalk, and I would roll it. For example, I'm just showing you guys, right? So I would roll it towards me, and then I would tell him, oh, can you, you know, and I would put the chalk underneath my resident like so. So guys, this is just a garbage bag, and this is what I would use to pretend as if I'm using a chalk. Simple things that you can find at home. This, guys, this is a basin, a plastic basin, and I would use it for a bedpan. So I would pretend as if I'm raising my client's head, right? And then I put the bedpan under my client, right? So my client is on the bedpan, and I'm making sure to provide privacy. In my bag, I had everything that I needed. That's what I'm trying to show you. So I had a lot of stuff in my bag. So whenever I'm practicing, I would have everything that I need at my fingertips, like I said. So I just showed you, right? I had this. My teacher gave us this PPE. I had my PPE in the bag. See, guys? This is my PPE. Right? I had everything in my bag ready to go. So I would just take a list of things that I want to practice for the day, and I had everything in my bag. Okay, if I'm doing foot care, right, I had my lotion in my bag too, right? I had a little, guys, listen, I had even a little gown in my bag to change the resident, right? I had a little gown in my bag. I had all the rags that I needed. I had all the rags that I needed for the skills. Remember, if you wash, you must rinse, you must dry. Right? If you wash somewhere, you must rinse, you must dry. So that is one of the things that I remembered. I learned that from 4-Year CNA YouTube channel. I had a soap. I had a bar of soap in my bag. And guys, this is so funny, but listen. Oh wait, I have my gloves. I had some gloves in the bag too, because you know when you're gonna do the PPE, you need to have the gloves. Look at this. I made this. Measuring urinal output. Measuring urinal output. I had this. This is a regular plastic cup. I just use a marker, a permanent marker, to just draw some lines, right? So I can pretend as if I'm measuring with this cup. So you don't have an excuse at all. Look at it. See? It's a regular cup. And this is what I would use, pretending as if I'm pouring all the things, I'm pouring the urine into it, and I'm, you know, going at eye level, making sure that I check and record. You know, I had everything in my bag. Oh guys, you need a watch. I got this watch at Walmart. This watch cost me like $9.98. It's so funny. I remember doing my chemistry exam, I had this on, because whenever I'm doing an exam, I try to wear a watch like this, because you know smart watches are not allowed in the exam room. So I try to wear a watch where I can pace myself. So I had this watch, and my friend was like, is it a G-Shock watch? And I'm like, it's a $9.98 Walmart Shock watch. But yeah, I had everything. I had some toilet paper in the bag too, because you know when the resident uses the bedpan, you have to make sure that I had these 2 toothbrushes that I pretended as if they are the denture brush. You know how the denture brush looks, right? So I got these 2 toothbrushes. I got an elastic band, and I put the elastic band right in the middle. So I pretended as if this was a denture brush. And what I did for the denture, I actually had one of my daughter's little toy and a little cup that she has, and I would pretend as if that's the denture. Guys, when I tell you I practice every skill, if they had given me any skill at all, I would be able to do it. I wasn't maybe 100%, because the day before I did the exam, when I was rating myself, I tried to do as many of the skills as possible. So I was rating myself very harshly. So I gave myself sometimes a 7, when maybe people would say that's a 9 or that's a 8 or that's a, you know. But I rated myself very harshly because I wanted to pass. I didn't want to be a soft judge on myself. You know, I wanted to put my best foot forward. So I had all of those things. Like I said, I showed you guys my rags, and I had wipes in my bags too. And like I said, you know, go through the book, go through your CNA book. Where's mine? I had a change of clothes, guys. I had towels. Guys, go through your CNA book. That's the main thing I can tell you. Go through the CNA book, right? You get a normal exercise book. Write down all the skills that you have to do. After you write down all the skills that you have to do, you're gonna, so for example, hand washing. You're gonna have the water. You need the water. You need the paper towel. You need the garbage bin. You're gonna practice with all of those things. You're gonna do measuring urinary output. You need the bedpan with the urine. You need the measuring the graduation cylinder or whatever it is that you're going to use to measure, right? And you do that. You understand? You're gonna try to make sure that you are doing all that. Do the most, because you want to pass. All right. So guys, that's it for today. That is share the video, share the love, leave a comment, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you know somebody who is taking the CNA exam, share the video with them, let them know that they can do all things through Christ who gives them the strength. they are